No one gave me anything. I hated my life. I used to get beat up every single day. If I fail as a baseball player, my life is ruined.
This is Eric Sim, aka the King of JUCO, one of the most followed content creators in all of baseball. But most people don't know how he got here.
I didn't speak any English. Again, I didn't go to school in Korea at all. After the sophomore showcase in JUCO, I had 60 plus offers. I got done playing at 26. I'll never forget it. I had $500 in my checking account. That was it to my name.
We sat down with Eric to hear his full story. From immigrating to Canada at age 13, how the JUCO route changed his entire career, and how today he's gotten millions of followers across social media. In this interview, we'll answer all of those questions and more. How has your definition of success changed from like our age to where you're at now?
To me now, success isn't a
hit a pen out, pour up heavy in the lamp on a Eddie. I got 3 O's, run the valley.
Here we go. Eric Sim, welcome to the studio.
Hey man, let's go, baby. Not gonna lie, it's a little too small for my fat ass, you know, but hey, we're gonna grow this. So next time we do it, it's gonna be a whole building. You know what I'm saying?
We'll have the whole place here.
This is how we start. This is how we start.
So you said your first video back, Penn State.
First video.
How did you feel about that video, filming it and then now to posting it? What was your emotional process with it all?
It was very emotional actually, because this was my first one on my own and doing it, and everything was like we had to figure it out. You know, I have a very, very small team. My main guy, Tyler, and it's basically me and him, and I have another guy named Al who's also shoots, and then editors and stuff like that. But everything's new, and that's something I'm trying to figure out. But in terms of a video, it could not have turned out any better. And the views aside, like it's doing well, and I'm happy, and of course, but like those are the type of content I want to make. Is that it's not just having fun. It's you got to feel something. It was a journey. It was a journey of me going there, learning all this stuff, and like meeting new people, and they're D1 athletes. They're like currently training every single day, and someone like me that don't do any of that to go in the space like that and survive and go through everything, getting to meet people and go the whole journey of the game, showing the facility, and like just everything was awesome, you know. Like so, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I can't thank the coach enough. Coach Gambino he's the one that reached out.
He's awesome.
He's unbelievable, and he's the one that let everything happen. So I very much appreciate him. But yeah, man, this is the beginning of something great, and hopefully we can go full send from here.
Yeah, for sure. And now we've talked about where you're going. I'm curious. We haven't talked in like 3 years, or I haven't done those clips or anything in like 3 years about your story, because I was trying to tell Joe, your story's crazy.
My story my story's crazy.
Like, wild. Yeah. So maybe just like give us a little run through of like from start to where you are now. What was that like? So
the way I am now, who I am is obviously built around what I've been through, right? Exactly. So I was born in South Korea, and I lived there until I was about 13 or so. And when I was there, I was playing baseball. Now, I started playing baseball when I was 8. In Korea, especially at the time, if you play baseball or any sports in general, you don't go to school.
Really?
That's all you do.
Really?
You do that. You do one thing.
Interesting.
When I was 10, I was in Little League. My entire day was baseball. So we'll go from 8 in the morning all the way to 8 p.m. playing baseball. It was the hardest thing. Obviously, at the time, I'm young as well.
Right.
But it was extremely, it's the most difficult times I've ever been to.
Of course it was.
And I'm young. Like now knowing like I'm probably more American now. So like now I'm like, how the hell did I do that? Right? So it's that stuff. I went through baseball all day, every day, no school. Like if I fail as a baseball player, my life is ruined.
There's no other option.
There's no option.
Right.
So if you don't succeed in baseball in Korea, like your life is done.
That is so interesting.
So you have no other way than make it. So everyone is so competitive even when you're young. So when I was 12, 13, I was in middle school. When I was in middle school, you show up to class at 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning or 8 or whatever. I'm in full unis. We show up to class, do an attendance check, 5 minutes. As soon as that's done, we go straight to the locker room. We play baseball the entire day. I'm sure you guys have heard like from Japan, the Shoheis, like these stories that you hear, they literally play baseball all day, every day. Yeah. That's what I did in Korea.
So I saw that, and I thought that that's just a saying or whatnot. I didn't know it was that legit.
No, it was like it's. I'm not joking you. From when I get done with the attendance thing. I go straight to the locker room. From then on, it's an entire day of baseball. So we go to locker room, change, get ready, go straight into the field. We start the day with 30 laps on the field. That takes 45. This is ridiculous. It's a long time.
12 years old.
At 12 years old. At 11, 12, 13 years old, we were doing that to warm up. And we did a whole in and out, like everything, BP, all of that. There's a day practice portion. We do all of that, get done, have lunch. Lunch is made by our parents. So everyone's parents, their time is all baseball as well for their kids. And from there, you go straight to the afternoon practice. You practice all day, and you get done about 7 or 8. You go through the whole sauna thing, everything together as a team. And you get done at like 8 or 9, and I had to take the bus home. I won't be home until like 10 or almost 11 every single day.
Every day.
Every day. That was every day. And then I'll get up in the morning and do it all over again. That was my day. Obviously, I'm sure it's gotten slightly better now because of the time change and all that. But back then, we're talking about 20-something years ago, it was ruthless. And I hated my life. I used to get beat up every single day. Everyone do. Like, so playing baseball over there, like, I'll never forget it. My first infield, outfield, like that's what we're doing, part of the morning practice. My first day in middle school, I'm catching. Coach hits just a linea fungo like to left field. Left fielder gets it, yips up the throw, and like from here, it'd be like, oh, just be better next one. Coach is like, get your ass over here. My left fielder runs all the way from left field. I'm catching, so I'm seeing this right in front of me because coach is right in front of me. He gets in the push-up position. He go, wow! I swear to you, man. And I'm just like,
we gotta find that.
And
coach.
I'm just like, oh my, yeah. Can we find him? I don't know if there's anybody. And I'm just like, what is that? And he runs back crying to the position, does it again and again, and that's what I went through. And I was a catcher, so we were doing some also crazy shit. I used to get beat up a lot. I was also fat, and so I'm telling you, we started the day with 30 laps. I'm going to be behind. I'll never forget it. We started the day, I'm way behind. Me and like another dude was like super behind. Our assistant coach yelled at us, and he was chasing us around this field with the fungo in his hands. Bro, like, I'm talking like, I don't think people here will ever be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's what I went through. That was that was a reality for me. That was an everyday. I'm like, how am I going to survive? It wasn't how I'm going to be good at baseball. It was how I'm going to survive the next day.
Wow. It's like a military camp.
It was horrible. Like, thinking now it's horrible. At the time, it's like, that's what everyone, it's not just me. It's everyone else too. It's like a cultural thing, right? You just got to survive. And coaches are like gods, so you can't touch them. And whatever they say, you have to do. And from then on, and when my parents hated it, especially my mom just hated the fact that first of all, she hated the whole thing. And second, if I fail, like, she's like, what is my son gonna do when he doesn't make it professional baseball?
Right.
Even if he doesn't make it to professional baseball, some guys don't. Not everyone makes bank playing 20 years in the league.
Exactly.
Even if you play for a couple of years, like, you don't make anything.
Right.
What are you gonna do? Like, nothing. You're gonna go be a janitor because you have no education. So my mom absolutely hated that idea, and so she found a way to immigrate us, me and my brother, and her to Canada. My dad was still in Korea working to support our family. Now, I went to Canada. Obviously, I'm not speaking any lick of English. First, and then I was still playing baseball. My mom's like, you playing baseball? Let's just go play baseball. I'm like, let's do it. First practice, it was like 45 minutes or an hour-long practice.
You're like, hallelujah.
I have no idea what they're talking about, but coaches give me high fives. They're smiling. That was the greatest day. I'm like, what is this? Like, I was literally getting beat up in Korea for making a slightly bad throw. Over here, like, I'm like, this is crazy. That's the biggest culture shock I think I've ever had in my life.
Oh, I bet.
But that was my childhood. Like, is going through that, which was, some people might call it traumatic, but for me, like, that's what I had to go through.
Right, there was no choice.
So I think for me, a lot of my kind of like the DGAF, like the attitude comes from that. It's like, I went through that. And it's not just like something you hear. I went through it. Like, some people, like, you hear about Japanese baseball, it's crazy and stuff. I went through that. I went with the 12-hour practices we didn't have a day off. We don't get the weekend. I didn't know what a weekend off was. So that wasn't a thing. So I'm there 6-7 days a week, every single day. And so it just, it's hard to explain.
Right.
Because not many people understand it. It's very hard to understand what that even feels like. It was crazy.
Do you still talk to any of those kids you played with?
No, but it was kind of weird. 'Cause actually, recently, one of the dude that hit me up on, I think, Instagram, fully Korean, obviously, and I can still read and speak Korean. And he's like, "Are you the one from my middle school?" I'm like,
Whoa.
"Yeah, dude." Like, so, like, it's crazy now because I'm getting a little bit of following in Korea as well, because a lot of other countries are watching, which is great.
That's awesome.
But the fact that, like, I remember, because, like, yeah, dude, like, we went through that shit together,
Right.
like, so it's pretty crazy.
Right, 100%. That's wild. And then from Canada, high school ball and whatnot. What was the story from there on to JUCO?
Yeah, that was also crazy. Like, so in Canada, I played. So from then on, the biggest challenge for me was speaking English, right? So I didn't speak any English. Again, I didn't go to school in Korea at all. So, like, the only words I knew was yes and no, and hi and bye. That's all I knew. I'm like, let's ride, baby. Like, so. But I've always been good at adapting to whatever situation I'm in. That's something I think it's a skill. It's something like you just figure it out, you know. And of course it wasn't easy. Like, I took all the English second language classes and all this stuff. And it wasn't easy. No. But you just go through it. And I still play baseball every single year, even though. But my friends when I was in high school and all that, they're very welcoming. They helped me a lot. So they knew I didn't speak English. It's not like they were, like, dogging on me. I'm sure some of them did, but I'm like, whatever. But, like, majority of them helped me out. So I went through the whole high school years in Canada. I went to a small high school. Also in Canada, there's no high school baseball teams. So they're only club baseball teams. So I had to join club baseball teams to continue playing baseball. And that was pretty good because I was playing baseball in Korea 24/7 every single day. I'm going to be much better than the kids practicing an hour 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? So I showed up in Canada and I dominated everybody when I was a kid. And everyone's like, who's this, Asian dude that shows up out of nowhere. And I went to a small town as well when I immigrated. It's in British Columbia. It's a tiny town. And I got recruited to play for a bigger city, which is called Abbotsford. That's my high school, all my era. I went to a town called Abbotsford. And I went to high school there while playing club baseball for the Abbotsford team. It's called Abbotsford Cardinals. And that was their biggest team there for high school baseball. So that's a team I played for almost 5 years. And I didn't get recruited at all. It's hard to get recruited as a Canadian, obviously. Why would you go all the way up there when you can recruit everyone in the States? And I didn't get recruited until May of my senior year. I didn't talk to any school, nothing. I wanted to go down south because I wanted to challenge myself. I'm like, I just want to see how far I can make it, because I knew if I stayed in Canada, the door was limited. And I want to see not even just pro ball, I wanted to challenge myself. Like, I know the South, the American baseball is the best. Just like when I was in Korea, it was the same thing. Like, American baseball, MLB, this is what everyone dream of, right? So I'm like, I want to see how far I can make it. And luckily, my JUCO coach is Canadian. His brother saw me out playing in Canada. He made us a call. Apparently, their catcher dropped out last second. Obviously, May of my senior year is very late. So they also need a catcher by fall ball. So they're kind of freaking out. The brothers heard about me. He drove all the way from Colby, Kansas to where I'm at, which is like 30-some-mile drive. He drove that day with his little dog. I will never forget it, in this shitty truck. He goes up there, sees me playing, offer me a full ride right away. He drove all the way back. I'm like, that was badass, awesome, and that was my first college offer. And that's when I signed at Colby Community College in Kansas.
Okay. And then you ended up going to, was it USF or
USF? USF, I went to South Florida.
And how long were you there for?
I was there for 1 year. I went to JUCO for 2 years, and I did a year in USF, and I got drafted.
Okay. And when you were at JUCO compared to there, was that kind of eye opening again? Was that kind of the same experience? Of being like, hey,
yes.
I got recruited for JUCO, and then I went to a kind of a bigger school. Was that kind of like, whoa? Oh. Because where you came from was different levels, man, and that's crazy. I think
I'm probably, like, in terms of different levels, I go from, like, the complete different ends to every single time. So I went from a South Korea all the way to Canada, which is a different country. And from there to Kansas, I'm talking, like, I had no idea where Colby, Kansas was. I'll never forget it. He's like, the coach that came with the team, he's like, I'm from Colby, Kansas. I'm coaching at Colby Community College. I'm like,
your name Colby?
I legit, I'm like, Colby? I thought Colby was his name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, never mind. There's a school called Colby Community College. Tiny town. It's called Colby, Kansas. It's about 5,000 people. Small. And it is out of nowhere, man. I'm talking, you go there and to play baseball. That's it, you know? And for me, though, that was the greatest 2 years of my life because of that. Right. Because there's, like, I spent so much time on myself and developing myself. At the time, when I was in high school and stuff like that, like, weightlifting wasn't a thing. There was none of that for baseball. Baseball players, like, you run some pulls, you do a couple arm exercises, that's it. That was, there's no, you know, like now, like workout programs, there's like strength programs, all that. There's none of that. And that's the first time I went to JUCO is when I got introduced to weightlifting, which I'm still a very much an advocate on, like, for. But dude, it was crazy. My first day in JUCO, show up to fall ball. I thought I was good. Like, I told you, like, in high school I was good. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go. I got a full ride. I'm going to be good. I show up the first fall practice. I couldn't hit a ball in the infield. And there are dudes that are hitting tanks. Oh, yeah. And these dudes are big, you know, like they're 2-3 years older, and some are redshirted, so they're 3 years older, and they're massive. They've been weightlifting for 2 or 3 years. I've never lifted weights in my life.
Right.
I'm like, what are these monsters hitting absolute nukes? Now, I had a good arm, I had a good catcher, but like hitting wise, I'm like, I knew I was cooked. From then on, man, I worked my ass off because like it's a life-changing thing. Like an experience that you're like, when you see it, you see it. You see the difference between yourself and the other people. And I'm like, I'm also the kind of guy, like, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to let other people beat me. So I'm going to find a way. From then on, I worked out every single day. And at the time, the big program was P90X. So you guys remember P90X?
Yeah, of course.
It was like way back in the day. These are like CDs and shit. Like, it was crazy. Yep. This is when P90X first came out. And I thought that was like my go-to. So I did P90X workout every single day.
That's crazy.
Every day I did P90X work. Now some of them were like actually really difficult. I remember doing their yoga, so I'm like, what is this? But it actually helped me. And I was weightlifting, like, so we'll do morning weights. We'll go there. We didn't have weight room for a baseball team, so we had to drive downtown. And I'm talking, dude, the weather in Kansas, I don't know if anyone watching this from Kansas, but weather in Kansas in wintertime is absolutely brutal. The windshield, it is brutal. So we're like 3-4 layers. We're driving no one has money, so we're just shitty ass cars. Yep. We drove all the way to downtown to this tiny little gym. That's where we worked out at like 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. But we did that every single day. I got so much better as a baseball player at 2 years of JUCO than probably any years of my life. So I went from a dude that never lifted weights and just like was kind of good at baseball to I became a dude, you know. So by the sophomore year of my JUCO, I was pretty good. I was hitting tanks. I was through a lot of guys. I was good defensively. That's something I've always had, and I started hitting tanks. After I had one offer out of high school. Like I said, it's legit. One offer from high school. After the sophomore showcase in JUCO, I had 60 plus offers. Oh, wow. These are all money offers too. These are like real scholarships on the table. And I'll never forget it because my mom called me because I was on a Canadian phone plan. And so it was roaming at the time. The phone bill was like $300. It was super expensive. My mom's like, what the hell is going on? Why is it so high? It's usually like $60, whatever. Why is it so high? I'm like, I'm not lying to you. I'm getting offers from all these schools, and she's like, oh, like she thought I was doing some crazy shit or whatever. You know, I'm like, Mom, I'm being a good kid. You know?
I promise you, I'm trying my hardest here.
I'm making your job easier, you know, by getting all the money. And I ended up talking to all these schools. I went on all these visits, and those were probably the most like hype I've ever got in my life because I've never had that. I've never gotten really recognized for my stuff. I was good, but like I wasn't that recognized. And of all the schools, I went on other trips and stuff like that. They were fantastic. But when I went to USF, South Florida, their coach was like, hey, come on here. So I went on a full visit to USF. It's in Tampa, Florida. So I went from a tiny town in Canada to a really, really tiny town in Kansas out of nowhere. And I go to USF in middle of Tampa, Florida. There are girls in bikinis. They're like, you show up, like, this beach, like, it's beautiful. And I show up, and like, these apartment complexes, like, brand new, and I got a full ride. And I show up, I'm like, this is it. And I remember my coach, my JUCO coach, told me not to sign anything. So I went on a couple different visits before. They were great. I'm like, every time like I go to the first one, I'm like, Coach, this place is sick. I'm like, I'm gonna sign here. He's like, no, just wait. I got more other ones coming, because he's talking to other coaches, obviously trying to set me up to the best school possible. And I'm like, okay, like first one I came back, I'm like, I want to sign, but I didn't. Go to the second one. The second one was Louisiana Monroe, which was a beautiful school. I remember they gave me the whole tour and everything. Their field had like barbecue like machines outside the field. So when you're playing, they're cooking. Like it was, I'm like, I've never seen. I'm like, this is sick. All kinds of sticks. I'm like, get games. Like it's great. Yeah. And I'm like, I call coach. I'm like, I'm gonna sign here. Like, come on, let me go. And he's like, no, just wait. And then USF was a third one, and then I went there. And before calling him, I signed because I knew he was gonna tell me to wait. I'm like, Coach, I signed, man. So I called him after I signed. I'm like, this is like I signed a LOI and everything, letter of intent, and yeah, I went to USF, and that was also a very tough adjustment, just because they're so good. Like JUCO was good, but just because they're stronger, but they're pretty raw. Went out to USF, it's like these kids got drafted when they're high school, like so that level of competition was like. I've never seen that. I've never seen like pro caliber. I've faced couple in JUCO and stuff like that. Not a whole lot in high school, maybe a couple. When on to USF, it's like, yeah, this dude was drafted, this dude was drafted, this dude was drafted here, this dude was drafted twice, said no both time, and he's in like, what is this? Right? So that was my first time. I'm like, holy shit. Like I need to, there's another punch in the face. I'm like, oh. But I mean, when that happens, what do? I figure it out. So I show up, fall ball, struggled in the beginning, and by the end of the fall ball, I was the best hitter on the team, and I just dominated. So I remember, so you get questionnaires from MLB teams. So whenever you get done with practice, fall ball games or whatever, you come to the locker room, like if you played well and the teams are interested in you, there will be an envelope that has questionnaires like from MLB teams, right? I've never gotten those ever in my life. And I walked into, after the first couple whatever fall things or whatever, we come in here in front of my locker. I got my first one. I think it was from the Rays as well, because I was in Tampa. I got one from the Rays. I'm like, what is this? I had no idea what that was. My boys were like congratulating me, because like that's a question, even though it's not you're not signing it. It's just a question that you fill it out because a team is interested in your whatever history, whatever. So you fill out all this stuff. I'm like, that was like my first time. I'm like, oh, this professional baseball thing might be on the horizon. Never thought about it before. I just wanted to play baseball to survive, really. Right. That's what I did. First time, I'm like, I could probably do this. And then next game, boom. I come in like 2, 3, 4. I ended up signing for 25 questionnaires from the 30 teams. Wow. And I signed, even though it doesn't really matter, I signed the most in terms of like quantity, like 25 teams than anybody in the team. So like I'm like, dude, like let's ride. Like I feel good. Like I think MLB is something that I can do possibly. And then the year started. We started the year against Florida. Just got dominated. Oh, Florida at the time was number 1 in the country.
Yeah, they're legit.
I was playing against Preston Tucker. Dude, they had dogs, dude, and like we got destroyed our first series. Before the season started, we were we were ranked second in the Big East, and we didn't do any of that. We were like 500 team, like we barely made it. And those were all the tough lessons I've learned that made me who I am. And for me though, I'm glad I went through it, because I'm much stronger as a person. Because I went through that. No one gave me anything. No one fucking like handed shit to me. Like I had to earn everything. And the fact that I found a way to earn it and I still did it is why I'm also still finding some success on this completely different thing as YouTube, so.
Respect to you. I mean, a lot of people could take that and be like, hey, like, poor me, poor me. But instead you take it and you run with it and you kind of make it who you are now, and clearly it's worked out great for you.
Yeah.
And of course, you ended up getting drafted by the Giants.
Yeah.
And I saw that picture recently where you got to go to Oracle Park.
It was sick.
What was that like?
Dude, it was crazy, man. I mean, Giants hit me up. Shout out to Cam for hooking us up. But I mean, yeah, I got a call. They're like, hey, come on down. And they invited me to Oracle Park, which last time I went there was when I got drafted.
Wow.
And then,
That's crazy.
so when you get drafted, you go to November camp. It's called November. They call it Fat Camp, but I mean, it's more of a conditioning camp.
Yep.
So I got drafted in 2010, and that year I got drafted in June or July or whatever, and then I went to the November camp that year. That's my first time at Oracle Park. And so when you get drafted, they select, like, at the time we were 50 draft picks. They select about half, and so about 25 of them that got invited to go to November camp. And I went there, I was there for like 4 or 5 days. They give you like big league treatment. So like they want you to like want it, you know? So like you go there, they treat you well. You got your own locker and it's sick, you know? So I did that, and I haven't obviously been in there since because I never made to the big leagues. And when they call me, I'm like, this is awesome, you know? And so I went there for the first time since I got drafted. And so that was 2010. So I was 15 years later, I got to go to Oracle Park, and they were very welcoming, and they want to do more content, which is great. And dude, I mean, they hired a Tennessee coach, man. They're doing some crazy stuff, but I mean, I think it's really good, man. If you're gonna change something,
that's a good change.
You can't just do the regular stuff. Does that make sense? You gotta do something different. I really like the move, and Giants were very welcoming, and I also know a lot of people. Like the fact that I went there and then all the boys came up, like I knew a lot of people, like even the people that's working there. Like the trainer, his name is Yo. He's assistant trainer in the big leagues right now. He was my trainer in rookie ball in 2010.
That's crazy.
Like, so, but he's been there for 15 years, been grinding. Like now he's in the big leagues, right? There's Anthony Reyes, all these guys, like I know these guys, you know, and so they're very welcoming, and I got to golf with them, stuff like that, which was cool. But yeah, man, it's really cool. Like, it's kind of a full circle moment. Like I wanted to be a big leaguer for the Giants because I got drafted by them. Never made it, but I somehow still found a way to come back to Oracle Park. You know, I thought it was really cool.
For sure.
And at this point in the story, it seems like everything's going great, but once Pro Ball ended, it was like, it seemed like, didn't you go you went back to Canada and started working again?
Yeah, I was broke.
Yeah.
So I got done playing at 26, and I was 26 years old. I'll never forget it. In my bank account, I had $500 in my checking account. That's all I had. Because in the minor leagues, you don't make any money. I was also a late round pick. I was a 27 round pick. My signing bonus was like just over $10K after taxes. That's not much. You go through that in off-season spendings, like you don't make any money. It's obviously a lot better now for the players.
Yeah.
So now, but at the time when I was playing, we had to pay for like our own housing, and we had to pay for food. Like we had to pay for everything, right? So it was very, very.
It's not getting you anything.
No, dude. When I was in rookie ball, we had to pay for pizza slices. Now they get catered food because like nutrition is a big thing now.
Right.
We didn't have that.
No.
So 2010, we had to buy either pizza slices or muffins. So our clubbies and trainers are selling these to us while we're making zero money. And I'll never forget it. Pizza slices were $2. Muffin was $1. Bang for a buck, muffin was better. Even though I wanted to eat this pizza so bad, I always had to get the muffin, and we had free PB&J. So I basically got a muffin and 2 PB&J, and that was my go-to every single time. So I'll spend $1 before every game. This is when I was playing professional baseball. I was paying $1 for a muffin and a couple of PB&Js, and we had bananas for free. So I'll just crush that before a game, and then you just go full sand, you know. But obviously, it's way better now. I'm very happy for them. But when I went there, it was like you just survive. You got to figure out a way to survive. But because I went through that, I survived. You know, I survived for 6 years, and those were also very, very tough times in pro ball. But it was good. It was good that I went through that.
So you went back to Canada.
Yep.
What were you doing for work?
I was bartending.
Okay.
Slinging drinks, baby. You know, that's a good way to make money. Also,
it is.
It was like kind of a family thing. My mom just took over the bar and stuff like that as well. So I started as a bartender, started slinging drinks, and I kind of want to do it seriously. So I started studying for sommelier, which is wine.
Yeah.
So I got I don't think that many people know this. I'm certified.
Oh,
I'm
really?
certified. I'm a level 2 WSAT, which there are 4 levels. So I'm level 1 and 2 certified. 3 and 4 is when it gets obviously a lot more serious. But I'm certified. So You know,
Weddings.
I love booze.
Text Eric Sim.
Wait, so
Please don't, because I'm gonna drink all your booze.
So what does that mean? You like can tell what wines are good, what pairings and stuff like that?
When you get to level 3 is when you start like blind tasting, and they have an idea of what the wine is. I'm not there yet, but I know a lot about wine. It was W says more for wine, but yeah. I'm certified, and yeah, I mean it's more like an accolade. It doesn't help you. Obviously, if you go like really like full on sommelier, like that kind of stuff helps. Usually, if you're gonna do that, you gotta have level 4 to do that. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. I enjoyed drinking, and that's something I partied. I did all of that when I was in college and when I was in pro ball, and I love the scene of the bar. Like I love the business, you know, meeting people. Right. There's just everything, right? So I enjoyed it. Until I got into the business, and then I'm like, I'm out. You know, like the hours are brutal, man. It was, and also like we were a hotel bar, so we had to open for breakfast because of hotel guests. So we'll do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then after whatever, and then sometimes I'll throw a party. I'll be there till like sometimes 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Like you're cleaning up the bar, you're throwing up. People are throwing up. You're cleaning up. It's just very. Like grungy lifestyle.
Gets old quick.
It gets old quick.
Yeah.
I had to do it to make money. Like I said, I had $500 in my checking account. That was it to my name. So I'm like, I gotta do something to have live a normal life. And to me, the ticket was make this bar successful. I ended up getting the bar to be pretty good, and build it together with my mom and all that. But it was. I did it for 4.5 years, and it was one of the harder times for sure, because like just lifestyle is different. Not necessarily the work itself is hard, because like anybody can go and do it. It's just a lot.
Especially come from where you came from, with all the ups and downs. You reach almost the top level you can make in baseball.
Exactly.
And then you go to working at a restaurant.
Exactly.
It's different. It's a mental game at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. Mentally, I was definitely off, because like first year was fine because I'm learning something new. And I enjoyed it. But like you see the life of it, I'm like, I don't want to do this the rest of my life. You know, like it's just more of something you do to make money, but it's not like right now I want to do this the rest of my life. Yeah. I can see myself trying to crush YouTube for the rest of my life. Like I never felt like this when I was bartending. It was more like how long can I do this until I move to the next one, right? So
then how did the YouTube come to play after post bar?
Yeah, I was doing some content at home. So after I was playing baseball all my life, so I had to train, I had to eat healthy, I had to do all this stuff every single year. And when I got done playing as a first year, I'm like, I don't have to do shit. You know, like no one tells me to, I don't have to live, I don't have to do nothing. I was really tired of the lifestyle of a professional baseball player. And I did it for 6 years, which is kind of a lot, especially in the minor leagues only. So I just basically did the bad part of pro ball like the whole entire time. So I was over baseball. I'm like, I hate my life. So when I got done, I became a bartender. I didn't weightlifting, throwing, hitting. I didn't touch a ball, bat, nothing for just over 2 years. Did absolutely nothing. So I went from when I was playing ball, I was like 225, 230, pretty jacked till I got a six pack and all that. And then I got to, no, I did. If you don't believe it, I can send you the picture.
No, right? Funny how casual
no cap. No cap out of six pack. Will you be surprised? But like, okay, I don't like that you guys don't believe me.
No, it's more just like you're like, I had a six pack.
Dude, I was proud of that, you know. Like, but it's really hard to keep a six pack, right?
Yeah, I know.
So I'm from 225, 230, playing professional baseball to 290 quick, and I was at the verge of hitting 300 pounds. And one day I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know, like, so one day I just grabbed a couple baseballs. I had a couple baseballs in my room and just went to the local park. I was at a tiny town called Duncan in the Vancouver Island. I grabbed a couple baseballs, went to the field, I had a pocket radar. So I just set it off, just see where I'm at. I didn't do anything for 2 years, but I was a pro, like what I'm at. I threw 74 miles per hour and my arm hurt so bad. And I'm like, let's ride. You know, like, like I said, I like challenges. I like these things. When things happen, I'm not gonna. For me, it gives me more motivation, if anything. Right. So I got fired up. I'm like, okay, let's go. And then I started training. So basically, I'll do as soon as I'm done with the bar, I'll go train. Whether I'm in a cage, I got a key to this like tiny little cage, concrete flooring. I used to call it prison baseball. It's just terrible place to train, but like I did it.
You did it.
I did it, and I went to a local park, which was like like a little league park / dog park, and I will throw on the field, ripping smelling salts with, you know, like it was crazy.
Personal
you know,
back slaps,
yeah, it's like I'm literally giving myself like velo slaps, yelling, ripping smelling salts, and people are walking their dogs.
Who's this guy?
No, I remember like, what are you doing? Like I've had people like that, but like I did that and ended up doing the whole journey of throwing 95. It's called 95 or die. And I ended up throwing 95. So I went from 74 to 95, and I journeyed every single day, like just on my phone. And that's how we all start, right? With a phone, just film it. It took me 151 days. I trained every single day. Even if it was a lighter train day, I still train every single day. To me, training's all like everything. It's even eating, cooking, and right. Like, so I went from almost 300 pounds to 255. Also, I dropped like 35 pounds, and I worked out, and I gained muscle, and I ended up throwing 95. So that was kind of like my big break, and that was my first time doing the content. The reason I started content was because at the time, it's just a lot of kind of bullshit out there. It's like, you know, those videos like, oh, do these 3 simple things and you'll gain 10 miles an hour. Do this, fix this one thing, you're going to hit bombs. I'm like, that's not how any of the baseball training works. To me, at least it doesn't. To me, baseball, if you're not actually going to get good, you need to change your life.
Yeah.
You need to change. It's not I'm just going to eat something healthier and going to be better. No. It's not I'm going to lift one more set. No. It's your life. Your life has to change. Your everything has to devote to this.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm going to show the people how this actually works. At the time, I'm clearly out of shape. I'm not anything. I'm like blank canvas, right? So I'm like, I have this out of shape body. My body hurts. I'm also old. Can I turn this into something great? And so I journeyed every single day. I cooked every single day. I ate every day while working full time as a bartender. So at the time, I was a bar manager, so I was running the whole bar. And eating, training, weightlifting. This is when COVID happened as well. So all the gyms shut down. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to not work out. So just watched a YouTube video of this dude making concrete weights. I'm like, boom, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I went to Home Depot before they fully shut down. Bought like 4 big slabs of concrete or whatever, made my concrete weights. I lifted in my backyard, you know, and that's my whole journey to become doing something great.
That's awesome.
And so I showed everything. Like I didn't hide nothing. I'm like, because velo gains are not, I'm sure you guys all trained to throw. Like it's not a linear progression.
Oh.
It's a up, down, up, down. There's a lot more down than people think.
Plateau for a long time.
Plateau, dude. I hit a plateau. So I went from 90 to like 93 quick. When I got into shape, I'm like, I was started at about 90. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do everything right. 90 to 93 quick. From 93, I dropped to 89, and I went to like 91. I stayed at 91 like for about 2 months, 3 months. Like the plateau. Like, how do you fight through that?
Right.
There's not an answer. Like you change things here and there, whatever, but like there's an answer. Everyone's gonna hit that. But who's gonna break through that? Who's gonna continue doing it no matter whatever it takes? Right. I kept on doing it. Kept on lifting in the concrete gym in my backyard and kept on doing it. And then the break happens, and then I went from bop, 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 hit 95 on my day, 151.
And that feels like it's because of everything you went through, you know?
100%. Like for me though, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna throw 95. Like nothing's gonna stop me. When I say do whatever it takes, you gotta do whatever it takes.
Sure.
Like so for me, like I will sacrifice whatever. So as soon as I'm done at a bar, I come home, like this is all I think about. Is that and making content around it. That's all it was. I'll be cooking at like 1 a.m. I'll be making the big thing of rice and ground beef. I ate a lot of ground beef and rice. So I'm like, that's how I was gonna get it. Dude, ground beef and rice and a little bit of veggies, that's all I ate. So like I'll go prepare all of that for next day, have the Tupperware ready to go, and full send every single day. You know, but I'm pretty. If I need to be disciplined, I'll be disciplined. Right. You know, and when I don't have to be, I don't care. You know, like I'm gonna enjoy it, but when I need to be, I will. Right. You know, so same thing with YouTube. I mean, you gotta have some sort of discipline to do what you guys do what I do. Right. You know, like so if it needs to happen, it'll happen. But that's how I grew up, kind of my content stuff, and then it kind of blew up. You know, so and I'm glad I started. A lot of people ask, oh, how do you do content? I'm sure you get asked a lot too. How do you go? I want to do content. Well, post content. You know, whatever it is, figure it out and do it. But it's harder than what people think. That's why there aren't that many successful people that's just doing content for a living. You know, but Yeah, I mean, I love being a content creator. I love being a YouTuber. I just love doing what I'm doing, and it started even before I made any money. Like I started this when I was doing concrete weights. I was spending money on my own dime to do this happen, but I enjoy doing it. If you find a joy into it, you're gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah, I have a little more of a personal question because so Joe and I are both 23, and you've been through it. Like you're a dad now. You've been through the ups and downs. We've heard your story.
Yeah.
How is your definition of success like personally changed from like our age to where you're at now?
Yeah, great question. To me now, success isn't a banger video. Success to me now is just being the best dad possible. Like Sophia, I don't want the fucking Sophia shirt, baby.
I didn't even notice that.
It's my favorite shirt. That's what my wife got me. But like, I just want to be the best dad possible. Like, so am I good to Sophia? Like, am I? You know, I have a lot going on. I have a lot going on that I can't share everything with everybody, but I have a lot more going on than people think. You know, it's not just what I do in front of the camera is everything. Exactly. There's a lot more that goes behind the scenes and to make everything happen. And now, because I'm doing my own stuff, there's a lot more that I'm going through as well. But am I being a good dad? Like, am I the best dad I can be to Sophia? Is the most important. That's my success. So if I can, I'm still gonna make time. Even I get invited to do some cool stuff now. I'm bigger influence, so are you, but we get to do a lot of cool stuff. But I'm not going to sacrifice my time with Sophia for that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of
so
course.
that is my success. 23, to me though, like for me, like, I don't know, what is success? Like, there's a question to you guys. Is success the making million view videos? Is success the making more money? Is success the, you know, for me, this isn't any of that. To me is, how much do you fucking love what you're doing?
Right.
Like for me, I was making money when I was bartending. I didn't love what I was doing. Even when I played Pro Bowl, I didn't enjoy what I was doing. It became a lot of work. I also saw a lot of politics in the professional baseball space. There's a lot more that goes through than just, oh, you play baseball for a living. It's not just 100%. That. There's a lot more that goes through it. Even college, you go through shit. It's not easy. But for me, it's like, do you truly enjoy what you're doing? That is success. Like, so right now, I'm doing so much right now, and I'm so busy. I got a family. Like, I need to take care of everything. Like, I'm the one that got to make it happen.
Right.
But I truly enjoy doing what I'm doing. I am happy doing what I'm doing. I'm successful because of that. Of course, the videos, I wanted to do well. I want to work on it. So that's our kind of test that we take every single week. How well did it do? How well did it do? I'm successful, you know, because I'm the best version of myself right now, and I'm building something for the future, and I'm being the best dad possible.
And when your head hits the pillow at night, you know, you're happy with what you did.
That's all you need, man.
That's success, brother. That's success right there.
Some people probably see me as successful YouTuber, but to me, that's not success. There's also a lot more successful people like Mr. Beast that's doing more stuff. I've also met a lot of other YouTubers, influencers that are way bigger than me that are miserable. Like, if you're miserable, what is the point? Right. I don't care if you get 10 million views. There are other YouTubers that get millions and millions of views and they're miserable. Why? You know, why do you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, success is how much do you enjoy doing what you're doing?
Right.
For me, I'm very successful because of that.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So you didn't have that perspective. Like when you were 23, it was probably more like
when I was 23.
I want to be a big leaguer.
Yeah,
like
when I was 23, I just want a big leaguer. Mm-hmm. That's what everyone's goal. But to me though, that was a wrong thing. Because I wanted to be a big leaguer and I didn't, I was miserable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Of course, like it gives you like motivation to do it. Like it was good to that extent. But I was miserable, and for me, that's not success. Even if I made it to the big leagues, I'm telling you right now, I would not have been, in my head, successful. Does that make sense? When you get to the big leagues, what do you want to do? You want to make more money, you want to play better, you want to be an all-star, and then you get to sign this big contract. So what? Like, dude, I know big leaguers. I know plenty of big leaguers. I know plenty of them that are also miserable.
Right.
Even though they're making tens, hundreds of millions, they're miserable. Like, so for me, what is success? Like, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, money's not everything. Like, what gives you joy? Does it drive you? When I wake up, like, it fires me up to do what I do. Like, I just took like 300 swings yesterday, another 300 the day before. I'm sore, you know, but I'm. Let's go ahead. Let's go make whatever it is. Like, I'm down. That's success. So, but I mean, yeah, dude, when I was 23, I want to be a big leaguer. But because I focused so much on being a big leaguer,
On wanting.
I was wanted. That's all I wanted. Now I'm like, I got drafted. I'm playing pro ball. I got to be a big leaguer. Because of that, I was miserable, and I was also. I don't think I was the best person because of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So, and you don't want to sacrifice the relationships for that. That's why my life was kind of a train wreck. I was meeting people left and right, like all this stuff. I'm like, that's not life, so. Obviously, everyone defines their own success, and I'm much power to you. But to me, success isn't the amount of followers or the money or the whatever you have. It's how much you enjoy doing what you're doing. And as long as you have that, man. And I've also met content creators that are even way smaller than me. They love what they're doing. I'm like, dude, I love that. That also kind of puts me in the spot. I'm like, I love that. Like, I respect that. That also puts me like, okay, I need to be more focused on this, not the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
So on that note, what's next? What do you got planned? What's going on
Hey,
here?
man,
Everything you're doing?
I got some big stuff.
I can only imagine.
Let's go to the moon, baby.
Let's go, baby.
But dude, again, like I'm very happy to be where I'm at now, and I'm going through a lot of changes. And for me, it's very exciting changes, and I'm ready for it. The thing is, the opportunity's gonna come. You just gotta be ready. Right. But all throughout my life, all the stories I've told you, even when I'm not ready, I'm gonna find a way. Right. Like I got some big things on the horizon. I can't give you an answer. I'm like, what I'm gonna do exactly? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe next year. I don't know. Next year, 5 years. Like people be like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Bro, I have no idea,
clue, brother.
Shit, there could be another COVID and I'm in a concrete gym. I have no idea. You never know.
Concrete weights again, brother.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
But like all I know is whatever that happens, I'm going to figure out a way. And for me right now, my goal for my job is to make the best content possible. And that's all of our goals, right? So, but with that, I have a very good team with me. I'm still building it, obviously, but I have a very good people around me, and I think I'm gonna get to take to the next level, have fun with it, just ride this out and see what I can do. So.
I actually have one more question. Well, I have two more things. We have one that's a fun one. We have a fun one, but we have just more personally, like what I want to know is, what's your biggest inspiration for like your content, like format, packaging, like how you get your ideas, like how do you brainstorm that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I don't have like one person. I really just one thing I want to do more now. Until now, obviously, I've made more entertaining content, funny content, and I'm very happy doing them. I enjoy doing those because they're fun to do them. But I want people to feel something. I think Penn State video is a kind of perfect example of that. It's not just messing around. It's not just I want you to feel something. So there's some storytelling. There's a little more that matters. And when I do those, I'm serious. Like I actually as funny as it sounds, like I'm not going to. I know I'm not going to make the team. But I'm gonna try the best I could. Like I went through everything that they did. I'm not gonna mess around. I'm not gonna fake it. I'm gonna go do it. Became an actual D1 baseball player to see if I can make it. Whether I make it or not, to me doesn't matter. That's my story I'm trying to tell. So that's something I'm trying to focus on a little more, is that I want people to feel something. Like I want people to not just watching the video, just laughing and like you forget about it. You laugh and then like, oh, that was cool. Like I want to watch it again. Like that type of stuff.
I think that's why you're so good too, though, is you kind of buy into everything and you're not half-assing anything. It's kind of all you, and you're going to go out there and
100%.
It's not for the video. It's like more for you as well, And
that's something I see a lot of content creators kind of miss out on. They don't want to show their failures and the journey, right? They just want to show the highlights, right? I'm like, dude, that's not how. I think I saw a similar thing that Will said as well. Like it just. I watched the pod as well. Shout out to Will for shouting me out. I'm gonna shout out Will back now. He's a homie, dude. He's an OG. For him he just hit 1 million subs.
Yeah, it's good for him.
I don't think people understand how hard it is to do. He's like one of the first ones to hit 1 million subs in the baseball space. Yeah. It's hard. It's very, very hard, and he did it. And he did it from Bend, Oregon, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have everything. Like he figured it out. He found his niche and he ran with it and successful. And there's a lot of work that went into it. I know it. You know it. You guys know it because we're doing it. But not many people know how much work it takes to figure. It's not just show up and hit and like, hey, like video's done.
Man. It's like baseball,
it's crazy, right? So a lot of back end stuff. So shout out to him. But yeah, man, it's just. it's just crazy how far I see like other content creators have been as well. But yeah, man, it's an incredible ride, and hopefully we can keep sending it. What was the question?
What was the question? What's next, I think?
No.
There was another one. There was a second one.
The second one.
The second one was
how do you get your inspiration?
Oh, yes.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to try to focus. But I am going to try to focus a little more of the storytelling and doing that. But for me, though, like, if you're happy what you're putting out, that's all that matters. To me, the Penn State video, I've obviously watched the video hundreds of times before it went out. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Me and Tyler's my main guy I'm doing with, we are like, this is what we want to do. And I'm not saying every video is going to be like that, but there are going to be other videos. I want to also try new stuff. I don't want to just copy and paste and do whatever people are doing. I want to be different. Like, I want to do my own stuff. Whatever the story I'm trying to tell is what I'm going to do. Right. And whatever I want to try, I'm going to do it, you know? And so, yeah, man, there's a lot of exciting stuff in the works. Obviously, I just want to shout out to all the fans for the wait. You know, the wait's been long, but I mean, I'm back and I'm not going nowhere, man. So
he's here.
I'm here to stay, and the content's gonna go crazy, and I'm gonna work really, really hard to give the people what they want, which is fun, entertaining content that also has some good story to it.
100%. I love that.
Okay, this one was Tony's idea. This is we're gonna end on this. Okay.
Shout out Tony.
This is a fun thing to end on.
Real fucking Tony. Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous.
The real fans will appreciate this one.
Okay.
I have 5 of your doppelganger pictures. So like, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So I want you to I'm gonna say the name, and I want you to blindly rank them on like your favorite. So there's 5 of them. So you know how that goes. Like I'll say a name, then you put it in a spot. And
so it's out of 5. I'm like, okay, this is a 3. This is a 5. One is the best, obviously.
Yep.
One's my doppelganger. Is that what it is? Okay. All right.
Okay. So first one, I'm gonna give you Aaron Fudge. Where would you put him?
Ooh, dude, we're gonna go with Aaron Fudge right away. Dude, I love Aaron Fudge. Like, dude. Shout out to Aaron Fudge, Aaron Judge. I'm gonna give him a 3.
Okay.
I just don't know what else you guys have, so I'm gonna keep it a 3. I love Aaron Fudge, the incredible character. It's fantastic.
All right. Sticking with New York, Juan Soda.
Ooh, Soda. I like him. It's just like I haven't really did a full video on it yet, so I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was Bryce Whopper. That was it, right?
That's good. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. So we got 5, 4, and 3.
Okay, time out. There's gotta be the one I'm thinking is gotta be okay. Yes. Okay.
I'm saving that one.
Yeah.
George Springroll.
Dude, actually, I heard that from my buddy Bear that called me first, and then like I heard other people calling me, dude. Slightly racist, I'm not gonna lie, but because of that, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like full racism is terrible. I hate racism. That's bad.
Bad.
Slight racism. I'm just like, that's funny. Like I thought it was funny. If I didn't find it funny, I wouldn't have put that. I put it on there. Yeah. George Springroll. Shout out to Springroll for hitting the 3-run jack to put him in the World Series, man. You know, so yeah, he's gonna be a 2.
All right. 2. Shohei Ohtani.
Hey, man, the GOAT ever, the best in the world, baby. Shohei Ohtani, numero uno, the GOAT. That's my list.
Let's go.
I think that's a great way to end. Thank you so much for joining us. That was awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, get Sim to a mill.
Let's go.
Get him to a mill too, man. Come on.
I'm close, so we'll get there.
All right, we appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Hit a pen, I pour up heavy. In the lamb on a Eddie. I got 3 O's, run a valley. In New Dios,